Hey there, this is Tasneem Nazki, a student of Class 12 Humanities from Paul's Cambridge, Holland, and today over here I'm going to present before you a lecture on the Cold War era. The topics that we're going to discuss are the background, the Cold War, causes, origin, who started, and arenas. So let's start by the background. You all might be knowing about the World War II. It started in 1939 and ended in 1945. 39 and ended in 1945 and was fought between the two powers, that's Allied and Axis. Allied powers and Axis powers. Allied consisted of US, USSR, France and UK. And Axis powers consisted of Germany, Italy and Japan. When US dropped 2 atom bombs on the Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in 1945, this Cold War came to an end and Allied forces came out as victors. 1945. The point you need to note here is that US and USSR were allies during the Second World War. What made these allies turn into rivals after the end of during the Second World War, US and USSR were allies. What made these allies turn into rivals after the end of Second World War? This will be discussed in the causes of Cold War. When World War II ended in 1945, at the global stage there was emergence of two powers, that is USSR and US. These both became, there was bipolarity, there was the emergence of bipolarity, that's the world was dominated by two superpowers, USSR and US. Both these wanted to defeat each other, and as such there was a rivalry between both of them. And certain confrontations, all these confrontations and rivalry together are known as Cold War. Second point which you need to note here is that balance of power. Was replaced by balance of terror. Balance of terror relates to the nuclear weapons. Before 1945, there were no nuclear weapons. The nuclear weapons had never been used before 1945. But when USA used nuclear weapons on Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, after that, USSR also manufactured weapons in the year 1949, and they were both apprehensive of each other that one will use the nuclear weapons on the other, and as such this intensified the Cold War rivalries. The Cold War was known by other names like propaganda war. As it was fought by the means of political propaganda, it was also known as proxy war. Because many hot regional wars were there during the Cold War era, that's from 1945 to 1991. It was also known as two-party zero-sum game. Moving ahead, there's the next topic, that is causes of the Cold War. Causes of the Cold War. The first cause was ideological difference. USA followed the ideology of liberal democracy and capitalism, and USSR followed the ideology of socialism and dictatorship. Both these ideologies were contradictory to each other, and as such intensified the Cold War rivalries. The second cause was secrecy of atom bombs. In 1945, when US used atom bombs on Japan, it was kept a secret from the USSR. Actually, USSR did not know anything about the atom bombs, and as such, when USA used these atom bombs, USSR became suspicious of USA and resulted in the Cold War. Then Truman's Doctrine. Truman's Doctrine Truman's doctrine stated that USSR cannot be trusted and USA will do everything it can to prevent the spread of communism. Then fourth is delay in the opening of second front. When USSR attacked Germany during the Second World War, it wanted its other allies, that's US, UK and France, to open the other front, that's open from other sides, so that Germany would fall weak. But they deliberately delayed in the opening of second front to harm the cause of communist USSR. Then inadequate, fifth cause is inadequate aid to USSR. When Allied powers when won the Second World War, they came out as victors, but Western alliance of USSR did share a small aid with the USSR. That they kept much to themselves, and that was also a reason for the Cold War. Then military alliances, which intensified the Cold War, like there was SEATO, CENTO, NATO, Warsaw Pact. All these alliances intensified to some extent the Cold War. These the other topics, that's origin, who started Cold War and the arenas, would be discussed in the consecutive lectures. Hope you liked the lecture. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe, and comment down below if you have any suggestions regarding the presentation. Thank you and have a nice day.